Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to discuss about Azure AI Speech Service. Before I show that demo, let's understand what is this Azure AI Speech Service. Okay, it is a powerful suite of tools that enables developers to integrate speech capabilities into their applications. So if you have a requirement of like speech to text conversion, which we call it as STT, I'm going to show that in a demo in a couple of minutes. So this speech to text converts a spoken language into a written text. So the use cases are for live meetings, conferences, or any other interviews where spoken content needs to be transcribed into text in real time. Then you can use this Azure AI Speech service. It will enhance the capability by providing captions for videos or live broadcasts. And also, it will identify and separate different speakers in an audio stream. Okay, so along with this speech to text, we also have one more feature. So I have already created a kind of a demo speech service here in this subscription. So let me go to Speech Studio. So as soon as you create that, so we'll see how to create it. It's a simple one. And when you move to this a Speech Studio, you have various options, right? Speech to text, right? And then a text to speech. So which will generate a natural sounding speech from the written text. So whatever you write, it's going to give a kind of sound from your written text. And the use cases is like if we wanted to create interactive voice interfaces for applications, then this text to speech is going to be very useful. And also we have a feature called a speaker recognition or voice assistant. So it identifies and verifies speakers based on their unique voice characteristics. Okay, so the use cases for this speaker recognition is the authentication. Securely verify users during phone calls or voice-based interactions. You can integrate this speaker recognition solution for your application. And also, you can personalize interactions based on recognized speakers. And along with that, we also have a feature called a real-time meeting transcription. You might be seeing that if you are using Zoom or Teams meeting, they have recently introduced the real-time meeting transcription as well. So though it is there from last few months, but nowadays organizations have started to transcribe the meetings, and also they're saving it for future references. Okay, so this real-time meeting transcription, it will transcribe meetings by streaming audio into a speech service. So the use cases, as you know, during the team meetings or capture the content for later references or any other virtual events that you are organizing, it's going to capture it. So I'm going to show the demo as well in a bit. So this speech service will also be useful in assisting agents in the call centers. So how will it assist? It will transcribe and analyze the customer calls. So the use cases for this one is it will provide insights to call center agents during the conversations. What is the user ask? What is he expecting? What is the solution that we can give? So things like that, they can analyze based on the speech that the user is talking. Okay, so it will assist agents with the relevant information based on the conversation. As soon as the user is asking some information, the particular application where that call center agent is using, it will automatically analyze the speech and it will give you the relevant information so that you can address it to the customer. Okay. So So in summary, Azure AI Speech Services empowers applications with speech-related capabilities, enhancing accessibility, automation, and user experiences. Whether it is transcribing meetings or creating your voice assistants or improving a call center interactions. Okay, speech service plays a crucial role in real-time communication and understanding. So let's deep dive into the demo, how we can create this Azure AI Speech Service and how we can use all of this speech to text or text to speech, whatever that we want, for our businesses. Now, if I look at Azure AI Speech Service, let's say I'll go to this all services and here I will choose speech services. Okay. And then I can create this using this option. So I have already got this demo space service. Let's create it. And here you have to give inputs like a resource group name, a region, name, and the pricing. So let me give, or let me choose the existing resource group. And here I'll choose AI speech service demo. Okay, I'll give some random number here. The pricing tier, I'm going to use a standard tier. If you want to understand more about this pricing, you can click on this full pricing details. So here, if you navigate through this console, this will give you an idea whether you wanted to look at it in USD or Canadian dollar or any other currency, which are listed out here. You can just filter it out. Okay. So if you look at this free version, which is F0, if you're using speech to text, it is a per second billing and 5 audio hours are free per month in this free version. Okay. And you can see the text to speech, which is the neural feature. It is like 0.5 million characters free per month. The speaker recognition solution, speaker verification, it is like 10,000 free transactions per month. So it depends on the business case that you need to use this solution, whether you wanted to go for standard one or pay-as-you-go one or a free version for your requirements. It's always recommended for the real-time usage. You will be going through the pay-as-you-go model or the enterprise version of this solution. Okay. So similarly, if you look at this speech to text or the integration of APIs with your speech solution, it means if you're trying to integrate this Azure AI speech service with any of your application, there is a charge for that. So 0.36 per hour, and you can calculate based on the needs that you have. The personal voice, you can create the voice creation, and you can navigate through this speech to text standard features and all of this commitment types. So there are a wide variety of pricing options that you have for your business. Okay, so here I'm choosing standard S0, though it is a trial account. I'm using this standard S0 because it is just for demo purpose, and then I'm going to delete it. And next, here you have to choose on which networks that you wanted to allow this Azure AI speech service, whether you wanted to allow it in all networks or only on the selected networks, or you can disable it. It means you can access it only through the private endpoint. So I'm not going through all of these solutions, which I've already given explanation in my Azure learning series. You can navigate through that videos if required. Otherwise, for now in this demo, I'm going with this all networks, including internet, can access this resource. Okay. Next, and here, this is with regards to identity. So whether you wanted to use a system assigned managed identity or user assigned identity. So which ways you can assign permissions to this service where it can be used, which is a kind of username. And when you look at this managed entity, all of these identities are managed by Azure itself. Okay. So for now, I'm not using it off. I'm not switching on this one. I'll make it off and then next. And here you can apply tags as usual. So I'm not applying any tags. Next. So you have an option to review and create. So Azure itself will validate it. If it's all good, then we can proceed with this creation. Okay. So deployment has got initialized and then we'll be able to connect with it after this deployment. Okay. So it will be done within a minute or two. So however, and we know the process how to create this Azure AI Speech Service. So let me go to this all services and here I look at a speech service and still it is not coming up here in this console. Yeah, here it is. So this is the speech service which we have created just now. Okay. So let me launch this Azure AI Speech Service and here you have got various options. So if you wanted to understand the common options which are there here like activity logs, access control, tags, and diagnose and solve problems, you can navigate through my Azure Learnings series. You can find it out what is all about it. Okay. So just a kind of recap, activity log will give you the logs or it will give you the list of activities that are happened on this specific resource. Okay. So you can go through this event severity. You can filter it out based on this, whether it is a critical event or critical activity, you can filter it out. So you wanted to filter it out with this, you can have this. By default, you can get the data of around 90 days on this speech service or any other service. By default, activity logs, you'll have 90 days. So now, if I go through this, I mean, as I said, right, these are the common options, which I'm not going through this in deep. So let's come back to this overview page. Here, you have a feature called Go to Speech Studio. Okay. Before we go through this, remember, this is the endpoint which you are going to use to integrate with your applications through this API endpoint, which means in order to use a speech service solution for your application, in order to integrate this Azure AI Speech Service for your application, you will be using this endpoint. Okay. And in order to use this, you need to have this endpoint keys for the connectivity. So for now, we're not integrating to any application. I'm just giving as a reference. So let's go to this Speech Studio. Right. So as soon as you click onto this Speech Studio, it will navigate you through this page and where we will be working on this captioning and post-call transcription and analytics. So now, we've got different solutions here. So let me try with this feature, try out captioning. For the content which is already there, I'm going to generate captioning using this Azure AI Speech Service. Let's say I have a video and I don't have captions for it. And if I wanted to do it manually, it will take hell lot of time, which is difficult for anyone to generate captioning for the existing video. So now I'm going to use this, try out this option, click on this captioning, and here you can try with your own video or you can use this sample video. Okay. So the sample videos it has got is like real-time captioning and offline captioning. Now I'm going to use this try with your own video and I'm going to upload MP4 file or MP3 file, whatever it is, because we need a voice. That's it. Okay. So now I'm going to use this feature, this MP4 video, and let's see how we are going to get it. Okay, so this has got already analyzed. This has got uploaded. Now, as soon as I play on this, it's going to generate options like the captions. So this is how this video captions are getting generated. As soon as you upload it to this Speech Studio solution, it's generating the captions, irrespective of your voice or the video, whatever it is. So this AI is analyzing very quickly. So remember, just think of it like if you wanted to generate captions for the video which is already created, it is very difficult, right? So using this AI speech service, it's very simple. And also you can have this offline mode, or you can have this real-time filters, right? So stable partial thresholds, which is a kind of uh, the conference, the accuracy that we get, right? So yeah, we're going to use this stable partial threshold. And also on which language you wanted to generate. Okay, let me try with this different language and see what it is going to come up. Okay, now let's see. I'll start with Hindi and see what we get out of it and apply. And see here. So as soon as I select the language, the, the transcription and the captions has got changed to a different language. However, it is not converting your English into Hindi. It is just the language which is getting converted. It means it is not giving the meanings, right? So let's say, how are you? In Hindi also it is showing that how are you? It's not converting like kaisa hai, right? So you should be very careful if when your audience or like Hindi audience or English or any other language, you can generate captions based on this. Okay, so now you can have the sample code and how it has got converted and also the detected caption, right? So whatever that it has got detected in this captions, okay, in this video, you can see the text here in this console, whether it is English or Hindi. You can copy it or you can download it for future references. So similarly, let me try it with English again and English US, and I'll apply this one here and I'm going to play. This caption changed. Okay, you can see that it has got converted. Okay, so now these are the endpoints which you can use it for the integration of applications for your business needs. Okay, you can have this solutions and also the endpoint, the resource keys that we have already discussed, and some services related documentation review. You can review the pricing and also the responsible use of AI. It is always recommended for the enterprise organizations to use AI responsibly, okay, not for uh, unorganizational activities. Okay, so you have to use it fairly, reliably, and securely, and also you need to address privacy of the individuals using this AI. Okay, and that is where there is a policy called the responsible use of AI. Now let's come back to this Speech Studio. We have seen the demo of this captioning with speech to text. Now let's see post call transcription and analytics. Right. So if you look at this post-call transcription and analytics, so it is like you are trying to apply or you're trying to upload a kind of audio file and it's going to analyze, right? So this is the sample audio file which is already there from Azure Speech Services. You can listen to this and you can see that how this tone is, like whether it is a positive, neutral, or positive, rash, negative. So things like that. So and see here the negative. So he has spoken something which is not a valid point for that conversation. So you can analyze the sentences or you can analyze the recordings that you're done with this, the banking executive, or when you're signing up for insurance, they might have told something and you might have understood something. If there's a conflict, you can hear something like that. So dual channel audio. Okay, refilling pharmacy prescription. You can see all of this and you can go through this, how it is looking and how you can understand or you can analyze based on this data. Now, I'm going to upload my own audio file, okay, and see what this Azure AI Speech Service is going to generate, okay. Now, I'm going to this cognitive service and I acknowledge, even it is a demo one, still it will incur charges. So which is where this acknowledgement is. I'll browse the files and I am going to give this audio recording here and it is trying to analyze and then it will give you the data in this console. Okay, so depends on the size of the audio file, it will take time. If it is a larger audio file, it will take time to analyze and give the output. Okay, so let it go through. By the time it gets completed, and we'll see these are the developer resources based on the output, based on the input that you have given, it will automatically convert into this JSON output. And also you can see how you can integrate this into your application. Okay, these are the endpoints, and also you can see that cognitive services solution. And I don't have any application with me to demonstrate this, but however, this is the scenario which you need to consider. So if you're not an application developer, right? If you're an admin who is just configuring this Azure AI services, it is always recommended to take a help from Azure AI developer or the application developer, because they are the ones who needs to work on this integrations. Of course, you can give support on this configuration, but we don't know about the applications, right? So for each and every application, there might be the developer, so where you need to interact with them and integrate with this space services or any other solutions that you wanted to integrate. Okay, now you can see that audio recording which I have uploaded, and it has analyzed the sentences. Okay, this is the one which I have spoken about for some other video. In addition to the topics, see here, this is the sentence it has got generated. So even if you hear the voice here by playing, it will still show the same data. So there might be some accent issues when AI is trying to generate the sentences, but it is still fine, right? Because you are getting almost all the data with accuracy and you can try to analyze that audio file. Okay, so the same way, if you wanted to write all these captions or the transcript on your own by listening to the audio, it's going to be a time-taking process. Okay, so this is how you can analyze the audio files as well, by uploading your audio files or MP4 videos, that whatever you wanted to analyze, you can have that data. Now, so why do we need all this? And you can see the common use cases: transcribe call recordings for storage and analyze calls to find most desired topics and get customer insights through summarization and sentiment analysis. So whatever that I've spoken about here, based on the data, it is giving me like what sentiment it is, whether it is a negative sentiment or whether it is a positive sentiment. Okay, so this is how we can navigate this post-call transcription and analytics. The Speech Studio, and I'm not going through this live chart avatar because it is still in preview mode. We'll not be able to navigate all features, and also the region which I'm using is also not supported. So the only supported regions to work on this live chart avatar is West US, West Europe, and Southeast Asia regions for Azure. Okay, so it means you can interact with avatar or your call center agents, right? So there are some bots where you can interact, right? So let's say you want some help from one of your network service provider. So initially, they will ask you to put your questions on the chat, and if that chat bot is not able to resolve that issue, then it will be directing to the human agent. Okay, so based on that, you are going to use this live chat avatar. So, but for now, it is not supported on my AI Speech Service region where I have deployed. Similarly, we also have the speech to text. Okay, batch speech to text. So it means if there are multiple people and you wanted to transcribe all that conversations into a text format, then you can have this solution. Now, let me click on this real-time speech to text. Whatever you speak or whatever you record here or whatever you upload files, it will get converted into this text format. So let me try to record with this. I will allow this. Hello, how are you? Hello, how are you? See here, I have spoken about this. Hello, how are you? Hello, how are you? 2 times. So it has got converted into a text format automatically. The same way, you can integrate with your applications using this speech endpoint and using this resource key. Okay, so you can also run this or you can view this sample code on GitHub, which will give you kind of sample repository for the call native services, and you can go through all of this. However, it depends. It is a time-taking process, right? So where you need to have an application and spend time on this to integrate with your application with this AI Speech service. Okay, so similarly, I think we covered already this one. If you look at this speech to text, again, this model will not be able to test it because it needs Azure OpenAI account, and you need to apply for this OpenAI service with your enterprise subscription and your work email address. Otherwise, we will not be able to test some of the services in a demo accounts. Okay, now if I look at batch speech to text, okay, you can upload a file, and let's upload it here. It is a kind of batch job. It is trying to generate a task script based on the data that you have given. Okay, so it will take a time based on the audio file that we have uploaded. So let's wait for a second. Okay, these are the models that Azure AI Speech Service is providing. The batch transcription or whisper preview and the customers which you can build, and based on that it will generate. Okay, so you can compile it as well. Now see here, what is the use of this batch speech to text? It enables you to transcribe a large amount of audio in storage, and you can point to audio files with a shared access signature URL and asynchronously receive transcription results. It will take time because the concept of this batch speech text is to analyze the large amount of data in your storage or in your file. So, but for now, this file is simple, though it is taking time. We'll come back to this and look at some other options. Okay, so try to navigate some of the options here. Pronunciation assessment with speech to text, speech translation. So translate your speech into other language of your choice with low latency. So let's say the spoken language is US, and then I'm going to choose some other language. Let's select Telugu here. Let's see if I find it out here. No, yeah, here it is. Okay, so which voice you wanted to convert? Speak or translation. By default, it is selected as someone called Shruti. Okay, now I'll try to record audio with microphone. And hello, how are you? Hello, how are you? See here, based on the input that I have given, by default, it has picked up the language which I have already selected and it has got converted. So the voice name that it is going to present is Shruti. So now if I play this one, hello, how are you? Hello, how are you? So I said, see here, it is showing something in this Telugu language. Okay, so it depends, right? So how you wanted to convert, if you are developing an application, if you are developing whether it is a web application or a mobile application, if you wanted to integrate a voice solution, voice to text, or the speech translation from a different language to some other language where the people knows, right? Especially when you're traveling, this kind of apps will be very useful. So there are some of the apps which are already there in the market, but still, as AI is giving more and more advanced features, see here, so how fast that it has got translated. It did not take much time. So it depends, right? So what you are talking and how you are talking and depends on the language. And same way, we have got the API endpoint and also the resource key and the speech resource. Okay. Now I'll go back to this speech studio again, and I'll pick up some random tasks or random options here. And whatever that I have missed, you can try with your own account, because I may not be putting all of this in one video. If required more and more information on this, you can comment on this video, which I am going to do a session and will upload. Okay, now you can see here the text to speech on custom voice. Let's say I'm going to give a text, hello, how are you? I wanted to convert that into a different voice, whether it is a synthetic voice or a human voice. Okay, so Microsoft is offering here the Lite and Pro versions, the voice talents. It means you can use different types of voices based on your needs. Okay, the synthetic voices, which means the voice is generated by Azure AI, which you are going to use. If you wanted to use your custom voice, you need to apply for full access, which means you need to apply with your enterprise account. Microsoft is going to approve for that, and then you can design your voice. It means you can talk and your voice can be used on all of your transcriptions or the audio files. Record voice, and you are going to train the voice, and then you can integrate your voice to the system. So that is how we can use this custom neural voice portal. So for now, we can use only the inbuilt neural voices, which is already there on this speech service. You can go to the project, and here you have an option. See here, even for this, if you wanted to use custom neural voice, you have to apply for that with your work email address. When you are applying with your personal IDs like Hotmail, Outlook, Gmail, whatever it is, it's not going to get approved. Okay. And also Azure subscription IDs that you wanted to deploy. All of this needs to be given. Then Microsoft is going to review in the backend. It will give approval. So now we're not going to apply as our subscription is not eligible for that. So we can create a project. Okay. So you can use this custom voice pro or lite. So let's try with this lite version. And here, let's say a demo project, and then I'll give something random. Which voice you wanted to use, right? So I wanted to use in English mail. Okay. So here you can choose the language as well. Okay. Let's go with the default one, and then I agree to use this voice model, create, and this project is getting deployed. Now, as soon as you click on this, you have got a record, train, test. This is like a custom neural voice. So you wanted to apply for that, and then you can go for it. See here. Okay, so there are some conditions which you need to acknowledge as part of the responsible AI policies. Okay, so I'm not going to use this custom neural voice. Try it yourself and let me know if you wanted any help on this. Please comment. I'm going to respond on that. Okay, the text to speech and voice assistant. Like, let's say like you might be using Android phones or Apple phones, right? So you might be saying that, hey Siri or okay Google. So you can define such kind of solutions using this voice assistant custom keywords or custom commands for your applications. Okay. So hey Siri, set an alarm at 10 p.m. and okay Google, navigate to Bangalore. Okay. So it is a kind of voice assistant which you can develop, and by using this solution, custom keyword and custom commands, and you can integrate with your applications. So this is all about Azure AI Speech Service. For any questions, you can comment it, or you can ping me on Telegram, where I'm going to respond for any type of artificial intelligence and cloud related questions. Thank you for watching this video. I hope this is useful for you.